What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the Drive Through Podcast. Today, I have one special guest that I've known for over 15 years?
Probably.
2006?
Late middle school.
Middle school?
Was it? Didn't we like
High school.
high school? Shit.
It was the hotel party, you remember?
Oh, that's right. Oh, dude, that's right.
Yeah.
Was
So,
way back.
2006 is when I met this guy, and that was at a hotel party for one
Damn.
of my classmates in high school. But yeah, let him know who you are, sir.
What's up, y'all? My name is Jeremiah. I'm a video producer out here in the Bay. Been doing video stuff for about 12 years now. Doing a lot of things that I really love doing, and happy to share with you guys.
That's what's up, man. I'm glad to have you here. Fun fact, today, this is actually his first podcast where he's in front of the camera, not behind the camera.
That's a trip.
Hell yeah. I kind of want to just get going. Like, how did you even get into film? Since I've known you, I don't think I've ever have had that idea that you'd be into film like that.
Honestly, like, it's always been part of my identity. One of the things that I've always loved doing is just creating silly videos of like my cousins. When we were younger, we used to make like parodies of like Star Wars movies and shit like that.
Like the early YouTube era?
Early YouTube era, yeah, like fucking break.com type shit. Like we
like Touch Blue?
Yeah, we used to do just stupid ass videos like that and just post it. And then when high school came around, there was a class called video art class, and like that was my first introduction on like releasing videos on schedule, having specific project timelines, working with teams to produce some sort of like project here and there, and that really just lit that spark for me, to keep doing this for the rest of my life, essentially. And then like over time, I wanted to figure out a way to move my passion to a career. So eventually I started learning about like wedding films. Weddings were one of the first things that I ever got into. The first wedding I ever shot was actually my sister's wedding.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that was a really good opportunity for me to really learn the ropes, and then figure out how to make my passion into a business. And then over time, leveled up from wedding videos to learning about like working on narrative sets, working on commercial sets, working on corporate. There's all of these different avenues that one can take in video production, and that's one of the most exciting things for me.
Dang, that's so cool that you started like literally early on and you made it your career. Because like a lot of people kind of just go, well, I'm gonna do this in high school because I have the freedom to do it. But once they hit college, they're like, I got to give up on my dream, my passion, and I got to go like nursing or engineering, the safest route. And it's just like, dang, not a lot of people, especially like Filipino parents, just like coming from my family, they don't support like the arts like that. They've come from medical backgrounds, engineering backgrounds, science, everything that's very practical in like Filipino culture. They praise that more. But then once they see that you actually succeed, like for me, I'm doing music. They see me doing shows. They're like, "Oh wow, great, good job." But then before, when I wasn't doing shows, they're like, "What are you doing? Like, why are you wasting your time?"
That's what it is. I mean, like coming from a Filipino family, I fucking, that's something I've experienced firsthand for so long. One of the biggest things is imposter syndrome with this stuff. I'm sure you've experienced that yourself too. It's
plenty of times. Yep.
It's just a matter of learning how to ignore all of the negative comments, ignore all of these doubts coming from people like that are close to you, that are around you, and all that stuff. Because like you got to let the work speak for itself.
Yeah.
You find success, or no. One of the quotes that I remember is "Success finds you. It's not something that you earn." So you just keep doing it, and then it's something that comes from all that hard work.
It comes with. I think it's just a universal language of consistency.
Yeah.
And then you kind of like your fruits of your labor grow, and you can't do anything except for just keep working.
Yeah. One of the things I'm super proud of is before my dad was always like, "Oh, this is just a fun hobby that he's doing." He's just
like one of those phases.
He'll probably end up working at like the mail room or some shit like that. I was like, because that's always like, it's either for Filipinos, it's either nursing or
engineering
or USPS.
Oh yeah, that's
There's
true.
A lot of Filipinos in that are fucking cruises.
Mail carrier and shit.
Yeah, mail carrier. Yeah, but one of the proudest moments I've had was my dad being able to see one of my projects on TV for the first time.
Oh, nice.
Like, for the last 3 years, let's wait for that siren. These are all things you're gonna catch on. See, like I'm mindful of shit like that.
Hey,
dude.
see, that's why I had you on the show, because I would have never known to shut the hell up during that.
Cool. What was I getting at?
Proudest moment.
Oh yeah, proudest moment. So like, one of the first times my dad saw one of my projects on TV, And he was like, "Damn, good job, Jem." You know, honestly, like since we're Asian, a good job is like one of the
That's
best things that you can
that
hear.
is a monumental moment in every Asian culture. Chinese, Japanese, Filipino, whatever. As if you hear somebody elderly say "I'm proud" or "good job," man, that's
Yeah.
a beautiful moment. What was the project that he saw on TV?
Oh, so I was part of this travel show called Destination SF,
Oh,
and
nice.
it's a really cool project that I've been a part of for the past 3 years. We basically went all over the Bay Area, as far as Sacramento, as south as like San Jose and beyond. We were interviewing small businesses of every kind, so like restaurants, wedding coordinators, martial arts teachers, all that stuff. Like we were basically telling their story on how they found success in the hardest of times, because the show came together when COVID first happened.
Oh,
So one of the main premises of the show was, in the worst of times, it being COVID, how do you manage to find success and then build a business outside of that? You know what I mean?
yeah.
So that was the main premise of the show. It was really cool because it was super inspiring to meet all these people, and see the struggles that they went through and still find a way to, you know, create something for themselves that they're proud of in the very end. You know.
Dang, it's kind of like a double meaning because it's also your journey on making stuff
Exactly.
happen for yourself.
Yeah.
You know,
So that was like a
dang.
reassuring thing for myself. It's like I'm running my own business. This is something that I want to do, that I need to make work out.
Yeah.
So I'm trying every single thing, figuring everything else on my own. I never went to school for it, for example.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. So I went to college for business. So I went to SF State just for a couple years, and then I dropped out because I hated business classes,
Really?
because it was all fucking math and all that shit. And I was like, I
Not good with
know what
numbers?
I wanted to do. I was like,
Yeah.
I need. How does this relate to video at all? So only went to state for like maybe a year and a half, and then dropped out, and then just went full stack for my video stuff.
Dang.
Yeah.
Where did you start when you had to do when you figured out like you dropped out of college and you're like, you know what, I don't want to do this? Where did you start from that moment? Like did you go to like any I guess like online classes where they kind of like showed you how to use stuff or did you basically YouTube University the whole way
YouTube University gets you so fucking far, dude.
for
Honestly, like,
free, by the
yeah,
way?
for free. So like, you can learn all of the technicals that you need in terms of camera equipment, how to use it, techniques on set. But honestly, you'll learn after. There's like a plateau. You'll learn all of this information on YouTube, but you have to actually
Go.
incorporate it into your daily life to make it like muscle memory. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
there's little nuances that you'll only learn on set that no one has necessarily put on YouTube. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So the biggest thing for me to get good at what I'm doing now is honestly just getting on set and just like finding all these people that are doing what I want to do, and shadowing them and learning from them.
Okay. So
Essentially,
you
yeah.
were shadowing majority of the like the first leg of like your start.
A lot of it, yeah.
Dang.
So I was lucky enough to still do a lot of side jobs while I was building my video business. I was at a tech company for many, many years. I was doing production work for them, so that
Oh,
was
nice.
kind of there was a lot of overlap there. But just a year and a half ago, I was in that company for 8 years.
8.
Just a year and a half ago, I was part of the big tech layoffs.
Oh, damn.
So I was one of the people that was let go. So that was a good point for me to make video production take the next step into full time.
Yeah.
So I was full time for freelancing only for the last 2 years now. Yeah,
Dang. Okay. Hey, but business is booming though, bro.
yeah,
Because
it's been good.
a lot of businesses are like starting up. A lot of businesses need promo. Who doesn't need promo? You know what I mean? And so
Exactly.
like I feel like the film industry, as far as like filming businesses and everything, that's not gonna go away for a while because there's so many businesses letting go, but there's also a lot of businesses starting up.
Yep.
Um, I kind of want to go like further back. Like what was the thing that even got you into film in the first place? Like was there like a movie that you saw that you were like, I want to do that?
Honestly, there's a lot of inspiration that I can pull from. A lot of it, surprisingly enough, came from animation,
Yeah.
like Disney animated
Oh
movies
yeah.
and all that stuff. Just the power of storytelling. Like, let me take this for example. Do you remember the movie uh, Rescuers Down Under?
Yes.
Yeah, the one where with the two rats and they're like
And they
Go into
fly on
adventure.
that big eagle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's this one scene in the very, very beginning, exactly probably the scene that you're thinking of, when the camera is flying in from super fucking far away, and then it's doing this slow reveal over the mountain to show the bird.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the most like inspiring shots that I've ever done and ever seen, and I was like, damn, how does someone come together to create a project like this for other people to enjoy? You know, like that
Yeah.
was always something that was inspiring to me, and I've seen that in countless other movies.
Yeah.
Like if you want to go into actual like feature films, one of the top three movies that I love is Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Dude,
Underrated.
I am very appreciative when it comes to details in editing,
Yeah.
and that was the most hardcore fucking, like, I don't even know how to describe it. Just like the editing was on point. All of these little nuances of like video game call outs,
Yeah.
because video games was a really big part of my life during that time. So everything about that movie was just super inspiring and like
Yeah.
got me going to
Yeah.
where I am.
I feel like that movie specifically stuck to its own theme of like, you know, funny but like video game inspired. Like with there's like little hearts when or there was a scene where he's like taking a piss and the piss meter like you
Yeah, it's
know
like
what I'm
little stuff
saying?
like
Very
that. It's
little
freaking
things like that. I
yeah,
feel like it's fun when there's like you don't really catch it the first time, but then you kind of see it later after rewatching and you really understand like how much like time and effort was really put into these films. I think those are the type of films I really appreciate.
yeah.
Like I love Marvel films, but there's other movies that have like their own uh I guess cult following, like Scott Pilgrim. There's like I don't know, what's another movie?
All of the Lord of the Rings
Lord of the Rings
movies,
movies,
Game of Thrones
Inception,
is like a huge thing. Not a lot of people talk about this movie, but one of my favorite Ben Stiller movies in terms of like editing style and all that stuff is um, what is it? The the Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
I've never seen that
Never
movie.
seen that movie?
Nah.
Everybody has to see that movie if you haven't before. Just the the way that it brings the story forward through its storytelling is just like inspiring if you're looking to get your editing game a little bit better.
Mm.
Just really focus on how they bring the story of this basic ass person, fucking Walter Mitty, and living like he's, if you haven't seen it before, he's very daydreamy. So like he's thinking about all these other things in his mundane life. He's just his office worker, and he's like imagining him like climbing Mount Everest and all that stuff. And the way the movie is shot is they bring all of his daydreams into reality. So like they weave it so seamlessly, and that was just one of the most inspiring things for me.
Dang.
Yeah,
Okay. So do you aspire to do like editing like that in like your
I would
next
love
projects?
to. I mean, this is something that I've like thought about for the longest time. Where would I be happiest?
Yeah.
And like when it comes to video production, there's so many different avenues,
There is.
like I can do what I'm doing right now, which is like working with small businesses and making social content for them.
Yeah.
I can be like a cam op on certain movies and just essentially hit record for the directors and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I can be an editor, work from home. Like there's so many different opportunities in film that it's hard to say what I would be happiest in.
Mm.
I do have short term goals though.
Yeah.
Like one thing that I want to do as soon as possible
Yeah.
is become a camera operator at like music festivals. Yeah,
Ooh.
so like on my list is Coachella. I don't know if you've ever seen like the level of production that Coachella has for their streams, for their live shows, all of their production on stage.
Yeah.
I want to be that camera person there. So
Dang.
that's a dream of mine.
So when I'm watching Coachella at home, Coachella, and be like, "Yo,
Coachella.
Jeremiah's working this camera. I know it."
That's the only way you'll see me on stage. I'm like, fuck that. That's me. That's
That
my
he's on
shot, dude.
stage with the camera, bro. He did it. He made it. That's like a Goofy movie when they see Max on TV.
Oh yeah, dude. That's me, dude. I'm fucking Powerline, bro.
Dude, the perfect cast with the camera.
Dude, that'd be so sick.
Dang, that's hella funny. I guess going into the editing thing, how do you feel about like AI nowadays? Do you think that AI is more so of a tool to help you with your projects and everything, or do you feel like as it's like kind of not progressing any filmmaker or any editor like forward? Do you think it's like holding them back?
I don't think it's necessarily holding anyone back. I definitely think that AI is here to stay, though. Admittedly, I use AI tools all the time for my editing.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of being able to evolve along with it. These are definitely tools, like you said, and I don't think that they should be anything that people that should be afraid of. Like I definitely welcome new technology. It's just a matter of us being able to keep up with that momentum. But either way, like AI is not something to be afraid of. It's there to make our jobs a little bit easier. The day and age that we have right now with social media is that content is king.
Yeah.
So like we just need to keep pushing stuff out and using these tools like ChatGPT, all these AI things are just ways for us to continue to push out that content.
Yeah.
It's a way for us to progress. We just gotta keep up with it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I also see like a lot of videos and pictures where it looks like super real,
Yeah.
but it's like an AI generated photo or video, and sometimes people can't even tell the difference. And I'm just like, dang, I feel like we've reached so far into technology that we can literally just make nothing out of thin air
Mm.
through video and put it on social media,
Yeah,
and
that's
it
one of the things
persuades
that
everyone.
exactly. Yeah, that's probably one of the things that I would push for is just credibility reasons.
Mm,
Is like I heard that there's a prop out there for AI specific content online. It has to be labeled that this was created on AI. I definitely back that up because
oh yeah,
like
like a
um,
watermark or
yeah,
something.
watermark or something like
Yeah,
that. Like definitely get credit when it's something that you created on like organically for yourself. That's
yeah,
always important.
yeah, definitely. Um, let's see. So I also want to preface this is the podcast that I have with everybody, whether it be musicians, filmmakers, singers, poets, what have you. I always try to incorporate a little bit of like mental health questions. Just because everybody that I ask to be a guest on the show is somebody I know, a friend, somebody I've known for a long time, somebody I might have just met not too long ago. But I try to give everybody an opportunity to, um, give themselves their time to say how they feel, and just do kind of like a check in. So, with that being said, I just want to say, like, how are you doing, bro?
I think I'm doing as good as I can be. I mean, I'm
Okay.
super happy with like where I'm at today. One of the things that I'm really trying to push to keep myself from doing is fucking burning myself out.
Mm,
Like I'm sure you've seen a lot of the things that I've been posting. It's
a lot,
nonstop.
a
Yeah.
lot,
Like
bro.
I need to show people that I'm working and like
Yeah,
I'm keeping that ball rolling. That's kind of my mentality right now.
yeah.
But the grind never stops. Like whenever I'm on vacation, I'm still answering emails. I'm still doing outreach. You know, this is the life that I chose, and I'm happy with my choice.
Yeah.
But burning out is definitely a very important thing to avoid if you can do it. Like it's a work life balance is super important.
All right, we had to pause for a
We're back.
second. The camera overheated, but we got some bars about to spit right now. Go ahead, bro.
I've been like, what do you call it? Wrapping my head around this a little bit, but the concept of free work. You know, I think it's super important to be able to especially when you're just starting out,
Yeah,
to offer your services for free just so you can get on set. This is specifically for video production, in my perspective. A lot of the opportunities that I was able to find was because I did a favor for a friend. So
mm,
I was on set. I was like, "Oh, I'm not doing anything this day. Do you need a camera operator for free? I won't charge you anything." And then while on that set, I'm meeting new talent. I'm meeting people. I'm getting my experience up. Um, it's there's value in free work aside from monetary gain. You know what I mean? You don't need to
yeah,
do a job just because you're getting paid.
yeah.
You do a job because you see the opportunity that you can get from it. You know what I mean?
Networking,
Yeah.
basically.
So particularly for this podcast, is if this is a project that you believe in, just put all of your efforts toward making it as big as it can be. You're investing your time, you're investing your talent, and if this is something that you think that the audience would believe in, just they'll see that effort that you're putting into it, and then follow the
Mm,
dream.
okay.
Yeah,
That's. I feel like that applies to a lot of things,
yeah,
especially doing like entertainment, music, podcast, film, etc. Like all of that kind of still applies to that too. If they fully believe in the vision, they will definitely like put their efforts in it too. I feel like.
like make it happen. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
takes a village. I guess going back onto the question prior, we were talking about like burnout. What is it that you do to prevent burnout, and like how has that worked for you so far?
Um, I still am victim of burnout like
Mm,
every now and then, but I've gotten a little bit better at it. Honestly, the biggest thing you can do is just schedule yourself properly.
mm-hmm.
One of my other videographer friends told me that it's super important to have systems in your life. So when you're creating a business like a video business, you want to have specific schedules. You want to only dedicate certain blocks of your schedule for certain things. Maybe do just like an hour of marketing, and then an hour on learning other skills and stuff like that. But basically, just having specific schedules to keep yourself from overworking yourself.
Mm.
Have time to yourself, have time to hang out with friends and stuff like that. That's super important.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's a lot. It comes down to like time management, if
Yeah.
anything, because you kind of you really have to make a slot for yourself to like chill for like 2 hours or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. You definitely gotta be mindful of all that stuff. But it's hard though, because like, um, as a freelancer, it's like anytime I'm not on set is an opportunity missed, and that's something that I'm trying to pull back from a little bit. I'm
yeah,
definitely a workaholic nowadays
uh
when it
huh,
comes to it. Um, I mentioned before about like the importance of keeping the momentum going, keeping the ball rolling. So
yeah.
like I'm always looking for that next opportunity.
I
So
mean, as a freelancer, you kind of have to,
yeah,
because like there's nobody who's gonna be like, oh, yo, we got so and so, you got to film over here, and we got another person over here. You actually have to do it yourself and look out for these people who kind of seeking out opportunity to film.
yep,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, a lot of the jobs that I get are through word of mouths. So like,
Uh,
um, most of the reason why I'm pushing video so hard on Instagram is just to show people that I'm working,
yeah.
in the hopes that somebody would see it and be like, "Oh, Jeremiah can do this job for me. I'm gonna call him up." And
Okay.
that's happened for the majority of the jobs that I've gotten. Like the
Nice.
thing about video production is that there's not really like a place that you like fill in an application and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's always about, oh, I know this guy that does this thing. Would love to have him on this project, and that's what brings you on.
Okay. So it literally is majority like networking
Yep.
and being and putting yourself out there.
Yep.
And I feel like, are you like, do you consider yourself like an introverted person?
I'm extremely extroverted as
Oh,
far as my
extremely.
as
Oh,
far as my friends say.
okay.
So like I definitely use that for my advantage.
Yeah.
One of the strategies that I use, for example, to find video clients is I go to marketing events. So like if I go to like small business expos, if I go to, let's say I'm looking for a couple that's getting married soon and I'm trying to film for them, the person I would look for is their wedding coordinators. So I would go to these
Smart.
meetups for wedding coordinators because they have a bunch of couples that are, looking for video production for their event and all that stuff. So I'm putting myself in these circles to increase the chances of me being hired. Like it's very important for me to surround myself with the people that I want to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming your crew is like 10 plus people, or is it like smaller than
It's
that?
just me, dude.
Swear.
It's just me.
No
My
way.
my video production team is just myself, and like I have a long list of other freelancers that I can call if ever I needed like a cam op or anything like
Yeah.
that. So I can produce big events, big productions and all that stuff if needed. But JC Pro Film is just myself, dude.
JCPROFILM. That's Jeremiah Castro, if I'm not
That's right.
mistaken.
That's
Damn,
right.
one man team. Jesus. That's good, man. I'm
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. I'm so happy that you're succeeding in that, bro.
Thanks,
I
dude.
wish you nothing but like everybody just hit him up, give him a job, like let him work, let him keep doing his thing, because I want to see that happen. I want to see you at Coachella, bro.
That'll happen
If
soon.
if you good in Coachella, can you just promise me you're gonna do the perfect cast?
I'll just on stage.
Do something
I
that
gotta be running. This free.
just point at the camera like what okay, I kind of want to ask like these funnier questions, but
Yeah.
like what do you think, what top 5 films kind of like, I guess, shaped who you are as a person?
Man, top five is a lot to think of, dude. I'm really bad when it comes to like calling things back, but like I said before, Scott Pilgrim.
Uh-huh.
Um, Give me some of yours. I need some ideas.
I got majority of mine is comedy though.
Yeah,
And
hit it.
it's Rush Hour 1, Rush Hour 2,
Yeah.
um Jurassic Park, the first one, very first one. Um what? Shrek 1?
Shrek is a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just love that
Yeah.
movie.
It's
And
like
Toy Story.
Toy Story is very, very good.
Yeah.
I fucking love animated movies.
Yeah.
But like a lot of people do ask me that when it comes to like trying to figure out where my spark comes from.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always hard for me to say like what my top 3 movies are. One of the things that I love seeing aside from the movie itself
Yeah.
is the behind the scenes on how the movie is made.
Uh,
Like I love seeing these little techniques, these little nuances on like how these projects that I love came to be. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And like these are the techniques that are like that really come out to me. Like what's that one movie? The Here's Johnny. What the fuck is that movie?
The Shining.
The Shining.
Yeah.
So The Shining was one of the first movies that incorporated what's called a Steadicam. So a Steadicam
Oh,
is
the one
this.
that's
It's like
focused.
a floating camera, right?
Yeah.
And like they had this long pole as they were like chasing this little kid through like some sort of hallway and all that stuff. And the shot is what I remember the most about the movie. You know what
Mm.
I mean? Like there's so many movies where I was like, "Ooh, that shot is sick.
Y-
That scene was tight because of this reason."
Yeah.
Those are the things that call out to me more than,
The
you
movie
know, the
itself.
movie. You know, I'm really
Ah.
bad at like remembering movies, remembering directors and all that stuff, but I'll remember how a scene made me feel.
Like a dolly cam,
Yeah.
or is that what it's called?
So there's
Zoom dolly
a dolly is a
or
type of
dolly?
tool on set. Yeah.
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 Like what was that one for? I think it was Jaws.
Yeah,
When
they
he
use.
sat when he like turned around and looked, and it just like it zoomed out, but it like
Oh
zoomed
yeah.
in on his face.
Yeah, that's called the dolly zoom, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that shot specifically, I don't know what it is about that specific like type of shot, but I don't know, it just looks so fucking cool.
Yeah, and it's super fun to find little nuances like that. You know what I mean? Like having a dolly shot in your scene, obviously, like it's a very stylized shot, but it does so much for that few seconds that it's on. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Ah, damn it.
What
Cut off
happened?
again. Hold on. We're gonna pause it again. Damn. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. We had to cut a few times just because the camera was overheating. Um, but huh?
Gimbal protection is because of the top.
Oh shit.
Yes,
Oh,
bro.
dang, bro. What the fuck? What a genius. Jesus Christ. What would I do without you, bro? Damn, one man. No wonder you're a one man team, bro. You
It's
fucking
gotta be creative, dude.
damn. Okay. All right. So we found a final solution. Thank you, Jeremiah. I really appreciate you. We've had to cut this thing multiple times, but he's definitely saved the day all three times. Um, damn, I don't even know what I was gonna ask now.
We were talking about. I don't know if it's related, but your nephews.
Oh yeah. So yeah, what I was saying before the camera cut off. I guess Jeremiah was asking me who else I have a guest on this show, and in one of these previous episodes, I actually mentioned that I want to have my nephews on here, both of them. I have three nephews, but one of them is only 3 years old, so he can't really he can't really speak. So we'll wait till he's at least like 8 or 9. But the other two nephews that I have, my godson and his younger brother, they're 10 and 12, and I feel like they've been going through a lot in life, and I feel like obviously I could talk to them off camera, but they definitely want to be a part of like what I do, but obviously I can't have them on my music videos. There's like too much going on there, so I'd rather have it in a safer space, my car being that space, and a safe space where they can kind of just talk about life and how they feel about stuff. And I want to be that uncle that kind of gives them um, that guiding wisdom to steer them in the right direction in life. Because at our age back in the day, we didn't really have too many people guiding us the way that we could have. So I kind of want to be that person for them, since we are we considered second generation or first?
I think we're first.
Since we're first
Cause
gen,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so the next generation coming up, I definitely want to be that uncle that steers them in the right direction. I don't want to be too laid back and be like, oh, do whatever you feel like in life. I feel like that doesn't really help, but also being like a stickler and telling them what to do in life, I feel like that's going to steer them the opposite direction. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Do you have any like nephews or nieces?
Yeah, I got a pretty big family.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, I've
Okay.
never played that part though. Honestly, like what you're saying is really really cool because I definitely wish that I had that person when I was a lot younger.
Yeah.
Um, it also reminds me of something that I've been trying to like change my mentality for.
Uh-huh.
When a lot of people like you who aren't really in the video business come to me and ask me like, oh, where am I going with this? Like, um,
Take your time.
so when I ask other people who are much higher than me in the video business,
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get advice.
Yeah.
I'm in the position trying to get like, oh, how do I do what you're doing, or how do I get to where you are today, and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
A lot of times they'll tell you, oh, just keep doing what you're doing, you'll figure it out on the way.
Yeah.
That's one of the hardest things to hear as a person that's trying to figure it out on their own.
Yeah.
So being that person to not only just be there in support when people are trying to figure things out, but to be a guiding light for people is so valuable. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because I've been told so many times, like, oh, just keep doing what you're doing and you'll figure it out along the way. And I feel like that is Imagine being hella thirsty in the middle of the desert, and you're fucking just struggling trying to find water, and then you find a dude in the middle who's like, "Oh, dude, just keep doing what you're doing. You'll eventually find water." That's what that feels like.
You'll eventually get there.
Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah.
like being in the video business, to take it on that perspective, it's like I've done everything that I can to try to figure out how to make this business a thriving business and keep that momentum going. That like I keep saying, but yeah, to be that person like you are to your nephews, your nieces, it's invaluable.
Nice.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, man. Um, it kind of goes back to something that you said a long time ago. And this was, I think, do you remember us going to Great America?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
What did I say?
2007. So
Uh,
there was somebody there.
you have crazy memory, bro.
Bro, I'm very nostalgic. I remember a lot from my past. Um, there was a person we went with to Great America. I'm not gonna say any names, obviously, but they were very not really with the fun. They were kind of like feeling some type of way, kind of bringing everybody's mood down. And I remember they walked off, and somebody walked off with them to like try to calm them down. And some people were just like, "Man, fuck that, leave him here," and blah blah. And then I know that you were kind of in the middle. You were like very, you were just sitting down. You're like contemplating like what to do, and you're like, I can't leave him, but I also, want to keep having fun. We came here for a reason, da da da. And I think someone's like, nah, fuck that, leave him. Like, let's go ditch his ass and whatever, whatever. And then something that you said that stuck with me is, nah, bro, an eye for an eye. And I was like, what? And you're like, an eye for an eye. That shit makes the world go blind. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what are you talking about?
what
I
the
don't know
fuck?
why
I'm
that's
straight up Confucius out here, dude. What the
bro.
fuck?
You said, I swear to God, you said that, and I don't know why it stuck with me. And it was just like every time that I always thought about like oh, somebody cut me off in traffic or in the drive-thru or whatever the fuck. I'm gonna key his motherfucking car. I'm gonna kick the door in and blah blah blah. But I'm like, nah, dude. Like, I really gotta like pause and take that second because is it really worth it?
Yeah.
Probably not. And that kind of like that mindset. What you said brought me up to here today because like I never took revenge out on anybody. I never had to be that malicious person, and I kind of want to share that with my nephews.
Yeah.
Because I don't want them to hold whatever they're going through right now in and suppress it, and then end up doing that to somebody.
Yeah.
I want to keep that message going, and it was pretty much all from what you sparked because like I have never heard that quote in my life, and I was like, what the hell
I
are you
probably
talking?
read that in a fucking like cereal
Fortune
box.
cookie?
Fucking fortune cookie.
What cereal has that?
I don't fucking know. Dude. It's
Fucking
it's
Lucky
hella
Charms.
random. But yeah, that definitely has a lot to do with my personality, and I've always known, I've always pushed to being like that positive person and trying to see the optimistic approach of every situation and all
Yeah.
that stuff. We can't control everything in our lives, so there's no reason to put any effort towards negativity. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Agreed.
being that person, to being the bigger person in every situation, is super important to me.
Yeah, I agree. And also taking a step back from me personally, I took a step back in my life, and I had to realize like, yo, I'm getting older, like I'm getting like bigger, and a lot of people are getting more busy with their lives. So like I don't really have these connections to just like sit back and just like be very nonchalant about it and expect people to still be there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of relationships are it's like growing plants. You kind of just have to maintain it as many times as you can, even if it's tiring. It's just like if you want it to live, you kind of have to do something about it.
That's definitely true, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. I think that's pretty much like the end of the podcast. I do have a segment though.
Yeah.
There's two things I usually ask the guests at the end. So at the end of the podcast, we actually have every guest write down a question for the next guest, and you just pull it from like a little hat or a
Ooh.
little tin, and whatever question you pull, you just answer it, right?
Did you wrote a bunch down?
Yeah.
Oh shit, nice.
I have it right here. There's only 4 in here. There's only 4 questions in here. So whichever one you pull, just
Let's see.
Yeah.
Are they folded?
Yeah, they're folded. Yeah, so you won't see the actual question.
Got it. All right. You want me to read it out loud?
Yes, sir.
What would you say to yourself as a young artist? What kind of advice would I give myself? So the default route Like I said before, everybody would, and the way everybody would answer this question, keep doing what you're doing. I fucking hate that answer, dude.
Definitely.
What I would tell myself is to, actually, I learned this quote just today. Say yes now, figure it out later. So being opportunistic and saying yes to every opportunity that comes your way is definitely how I've gotten to the place where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
I wasn't always like this. Like back in high school, there was a lot of opportunities that I was like, nah, I'm not sure what this is going to do for me. It's not worth my time, all that stuff. But when you say yes to most opportunities when they sound right, you never know where they'll lead to. One of the biggest opportunities I got last year was working with the YouTuber Mark Rober, and he's like one of the biggest YouTubers right now. And the way that I got that job was just because my friend was like, "Oh, we have an unpaid position in we're looking for a PA for this project." And then me saying yes to that led me to meet a bunch of people on their team, led me to become a cam op for a lot of the projects that they did. It was such a snowball effect. Just saying yes to one small thing that may not sound right at the time, you never know where it's gonna bring you at the very end of it.
Dang, that's real. Because then, I mean, it's kind of just like, so there's a musician. His name is La Russell.
I follow La Russell.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
you're familiar.
He was just at Tiny Desk. I'm so proud of that guy.
Wait, you're in Vallejo, right?
I'm in Vallejo, yeah.
Oh, y'all
yeah,
in
I'm
the same
freaking-
city? Oh, never mind. What am I talking about?
It's like, why don't I work with him yet?
Yeah. Dude, you should apply. That'd be tight. But one thing that he has said, and obviously I'm gonna get this out of, like, this is not gonna be the exact quote, but he said that, if everybody posted once on social media, that's one chance a day for a month. So it's 30 chances within a month that you'll be seen. He posts like 6 times a day. Times that by 30, that's 180 shots in a month. And now if you posted 10, that's 300 shots in a month. And I feel like when you have more shots to take, you're definitely going to land something. And that's kind of like consistency, but also not just consistency, but also like planning, and then kind of like quantity wise. So you can make a 1-hour video and split that up into like little 3-minute clips and have more content without doing extra work.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all the what do you call it, marketing strategy for using social media nowadays. Like there's so much opportunity for us. Like everybody has a stage now. No matter what it is that you do, if you're an artist, if you're a video producer, if you're anything if you have any skill that you want to share to the world, now is probably the best time to do it. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like there was nothing like this back then. Everybody has the opportunity to, showcase what they got basically.
Yeah, I agree. And then also going back on the La Russell thing, he also, it took him 5,000 posts total before he had the Tiny Desk appearance.
Really?
Yeah, he posted that on a story not too long ago, like a week or two ago, and he said, it took 5,000 of these posts and shows and whatever for me to get to Tiny Desk. And there's other artists like what's that guy's name? The guy who sings like, "But you got no confidence."
Oh yeah, that white dude.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
He only had one song on TikTok or Instagram, and it blew up, and he was already on like a main stage and shit.
Yeah.
So like
takes.
everybody's journey is different, but I think it's just a matter of consistency, and you'll get there.
Yeah. Like that Haktua girl. Dude, I saw her fucking net worth recently.
Yeah.
She's at 1.5 mil. I'm like, bro. Like I feel so bad for the guy who held the camera when you recorded her. That guy's just hella mad.
The guy hosting the podcast or the show. Imagine what he's going through, because he's like, I made her the star, bro. That should be me. You know the Yu-Gi-Oh meme. He's like, that should be me, not him. Me.
Shit.
It should have been me, not him. It's not fair.
But that's exactly what I'm saying, though. Like, taking advantage of the opportunities that you're presented with. Like you'll find success if you keep saying yes to things.
Yeah, there you go. Just keep going, y'all. Like, doesn't matter if you do 1, 100, 1,000, 10,000. You're gonna get there. Yeah, do as much as it takes. Say yes. Say yes now. Say no later.
Say yes now and figure it out later.
Figure it out later.
There's I forgot her name. I want to credit her. It was that YouTuber. What's the Filipino YouTuber? She's new. Life of Riza. So if you guys don't follow her on YouTube, please follow her. She's very inspirational. She knows what she's talking about when it comes to cinema. So follow her. She's the one who I got the quote from, and definitely wanted to give credit where it's due.
There you go.
Yeah.
That we appreciate that because not everybody likes to credit whoever they quote or where they find stuff. People don't like to source no more.
Yeah.
But yeah, good stuff on that. Also, real quick before we get to the last bit, have you heard of this app called Backstage?
Backstage, like
It's just Backstage.
I know of. So is that the one where you find gigs on?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know
Yeah.
Backstage.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I was about to say like I've been I actually downloaded the app, made my account, and I'm actually trying to like find voice acting gigs.
Really?
Yeah, I'm trying to put together a show.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, so
all you
I'm-
need to do is make a reel.
Ah.
Put together a reel and then sell that as your proposal. So if you are
Ah.
trying to become a voice actor, that's when, like I said before, doing a lot of free work makes sense. So find people who are trying to create certain projects that don't necessarily have like the biggest budgets.
Yeah.
Offer your voice talents for free. Use that for your reel. There's value in gathering these projects to put it together in some sort of proposal. Then you're going to put it together, find a client, and be like, this is what I've done. Would love to work with you on this project.
So it's like building your own portfolio.
Essentially,
in a way, yeah.
Instagram is your portfolio. You know what I mean? You can just push everything that you've done there. People will see it, and they're like, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, it's like your Hollywood LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking LinkedIn is still used nowadays, but I think Instagram is definitely more powerful when it comes to media and like
It reaches
arts.
way further than
Yeah.
LinkedIn would. Okay, cool. I appreciate that. The last thing, very, very last thing. What are some words that you live by or some words of wisdom you could share with everybody?
Shoot, I feel like I've shared so much of that.
You
already.
did, definitely.
Words that I live by. I mean, the only one that comes to mind is you never know where life's going to take you, dude. As corny as that sounds, it's like every opportunity is an opportunity, is leads to a web of opportunity. You know what I mean? So be open-minded. You're not the only person doing what you're doing. There's always somebody that's better at what you do. So surround yourself by those people, and they'll take you to where you want to be.
Damn, that's real. And that applies to everywhere, too.
Yeah.
What was it saying? If you're not the smartest in the room, you're in the wrong room. Or if you are the smartest in the wrong room, you're in the wrong room or something like that.
I don't remember. Oh, I have one that I love sharing. I fucking love this quote.
Oh,
so
go for it.
what was it? The typical quote is, "It's not what you know, but who you know."
Yeah.
But I heard from somewhere, I forgot who I heard it from, but you could take it one step further. It's not who you know, but who knows you. Because you can know the smartest
Ooh.
person in the room, but if they don't know who you are, they're not going to do you any favors.
Right. Like if I met Elon Musk in a room, he's like, I don't know who this
so
guy is.
I can know who Elon Musk is,
Yeah.
but as long it only matters if he knows who I am.
Yeah.
So
dang.
put every effort into making yourself known for what you're good at.
That's a good one. Where'd you hear that quote?
I don't remember. I would love to credit the person that
I'm
found that out.
gonna look that up for you. I'll probably put it in post.
I really like that one.
Yeah, that's a really good one. It's
Yeah.
not who you know, but who knows you.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a bar, bro. He's not even a rapper, and he spit bars on y'all, man. So real quick, can you just shout out like your business, where they can find you, your socials?
Yeah. Y'all can find me on Instagram, jeremiah.jcprofilm. Same thing on my YouTube channel. Pushing more on Instagram though, so definitely find me there. And yeah, I'm all over the Bay. Would love to work with any of you guys if you're looking to work in video production.
Hell yeah. Anybody getting married, hit him up. He's a perfect guy.
Got y'all.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for
man.
sliding through,
Thanks
taking
for having
time. Appreciate you, man.
For sure.
All right, y'all. That's it for the podcast today. Appreciate you guys. Peace.
Peace out.
Yeah.
And then outro.
Done.
You need an outro, bro.
I do.